Parents for Children's Mental Health is a voluntary group of parents dedicated to helping families and improving health services in Ontario. The non-profit organization is run by parents. PCMH provides a voice for children and their families who face mental health problems. Working with families, mental health professionals, agencies, and government, the goal of PCMH is to provide education, advocacy, and support.
Well, with my son, I felt that there had to be more than just me out there with a child that has ADHD and other like anxieties, social phobia, dealing with everyday life, and being frustrated with the school system, calling you to come pick up your child because they don't know how to handle his needs. It got to be really frustrating, so I thought I had to get on the computer and just try and find something that was going to help my son.
Having a child with a mental health disorder can be confusing and overwhelming. Parents need information so they can make decisions that are in their children's best interests.
In my case, I got involved with Parents for Children's Mental Health after the suicide of one of my daughters. I have a number of children with mental health issues, and I wanted to help other parents access the resources that we had accessed for our daughter and for our other children. The circles I tended to move in were circles of parents that felt hopeless because they didn't know where to turn. And Parents for Children's Mental Health seemed a good fit.
Working together, Parents for Children's Mental Health promotes change that our children and youth require from government so that they can truly live rewarding lives, reaching their full potential.
We think of the medical healthcare system, and if your child has a diagnosis or a disease, something like cancer, they'll get treatment. But our children, when diagnosed with a mental health condition or an ADHD or Tourette syndrome, there's no direct link to services in the healthcare system. So we have to go about thinking that our mental health is equally important to our physical health.
I think the resource guide has been one of our biggest successes. We printed 100 copies, and they went out to parents at no cost through a grant that we had received from the Community Foundation. Currently, we're working on putting that resource online, and it will be accessible to anyone with internet access.
We want to kind of have a manual so that they can look at it and say, this is the steps from 1 to 10, and this is how you can help your child and get the help that child needs, instead of sitting off to the side wondering what to do in a lot of frustration and anger.
I am an at-home mom. I do have, the resource of time, which is a really huge commodity in this day and age. I felt like the struggles that I went through were almost unbearable at times for myself and my family, and without the added stress of a job as well. I just felt that this was a really good way to give back and to support other people that might be having the same difficulty and don't have the time.
Part of the reason why I help or give back is we've often said, there should be no reason why any other family has to go through what we did. And it's just having access to information and knowing where to go for treatment and where to go for help, because it does make a difference.
The causes of these problems vary from child to child. Research-based knowledge is suggesting that biological, social, psychological, and environmental factors are all important. A wide range of therapeutic, educational, and social services are essential to address the needs of these children.
I think there's a need to give back and to prevent what happened to my daughter happening to as many other children as possible. The statistics are 1 in 5 have a mental health issue, and that's over 645,000 children in Ontario alone.
We want people to know that it really does take a village to raise a child, especially our child. We need not only to change the way we think, but the way maybe others do, and help us raise our kids.
Early intervention is critical for our children, and if we can get past the stigma of that, if we think there is something wrong with our child, continue to pursue that. Treatment can help, and recovery is possible.
Don't be embarrassed about your child. Don't feel shame. If you're sensing that something's different, you really need to explore it, because I think the biggest thing is we just wish it would go away, or somehow we see it perhaps as a reflection of ourselves. And there is no blame and there is no shame with mental health. And it's just society's not there yet. So we need to kind of reach out and have hope.
We're all parents, we all have kids, and basically our kids are our biggest motivation and our heart's in it. And we just hope that everybody out there that knows their kids are worth it too, and they're not alone anymore.
Family is all inclusive. Families can be from all incomes, educational, racial, ethnic, and religious backgrounds. They can be from single parent or two-parent families. They can be birth parents, foster parents, adoptive parents, aunts, uncles, grandparents. They all need help. They all need support. They all need the tools to cope. Our goals: to educate, to empower, and to support.